Oh my goodness, this nigga's still talking.
All right. Yo. What's up? All right. You guys can I don't know if you guys listen to the New Year's joint, but you guys can come in whenever. I don't got an
Oh,
intro.
for real? Oh, yo, what's up?
I
What's
don't got a
up?
planned
It's your
intro.
boy Owen. Follow my Instagram underscore Owen at underscore Owen. Yeah.
Underscore
That's
Owen
it.
at underscore Owen.
I don't really do these intros, man. I'm not really used to it.
Bro, nobody asked for your app, bro. But what's good, y'all? It's your boy Joel. Uh, yeah,
See, the intro joint's not as easy as I make it seem, right?
Yeah, you make it look seamless, man.
make
Yeah,
it
like
It's
clean.
really
it's
easy.
flawless. But I never actually promoted my Instagram, but this guy reminded me to follow just underscore talking, no T on the just and no G on the talking at Instagram.
This guy. You just hate the last letter of the word, huh? You just can't stand it.
Yeah, nah. Fuck those joints, man.
I like the touch though. I like the touch.
Thank you. It's the artistry that I'm really in it for.
Lots of style. I appreciate
but
that.
but we're here. We talking. I got my boys on. What's up with it? Now,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's good? How y'all been, bro?
I mean, y'all, if
Oh,
y'all,
don't act like we weren't just talking for the past 20 minutes. Man.
yo, man,
It's a podcast, bro.
that's what I'm saying. Why you gotta ruin everything?
This guy, bro. Oh, you never been on a podcast before?
Bro, come on, man. You already know. I just saw you like 2 days ago, bro. You already know. We've been scooting. I've been chilling. Oh yeah, how'd you like your move? How's North Carolina? I keep forgetting that you're there and not Richmond.
Yeah, bro. It's I mean, there's nothing to do really.
But it's a new
So I've
city.
been in bed like the past 2 days, really just watching movies, watching sports. Nothing special. But
Wait,
hopefully,
actually, wait, Joel. What
what?
movie have you been watching lately?
I mean, I think we're gonna talk about it, but I was watching this the new Pixar movie, Soul.
Yo,
Um,
same. What a coincidence.
yeah,
I also just watched Soul like an hour ago. How crazy is that?
Yo,
yeah, this
wait, you
guy.
guys watched it an hour ago? I was watching it like 2, 3 hours ago. That's
No, I
crazy.
watched
Wow.
it. I watched it last night. Actually, I went to bed at like 3 a.m.
Damn.
and I was watching that.
Dang,
So I
which
kind of went to sleep with it. I think it was a good movie to fall asleep with, honestly.
mm.
Dang, Nana. You hear that, bro? Joel's more diligent than you are. You out here
All
procrastinating
right.
on that shit.
Oh, all
You
right,
should
all
watch it the night before.
right. I love
You
how
watch it the night
this
before.
guy went from sounding like this wasn't all planned to oh wow, now let me blame the host. I don't like your attitude, man.
Hey, man.
In
I
fact, this
listen.
recording was supposed to start like an hour and 30 minutes ago, but
Mm,
no. You know what? You're
call
gonna be
him out.
you might be the reason why these diligent listeners are gonna be getting this podcast later than planned. You know?
Call him
Hey,
out.
bro. You know all your listeners listen to this shit at like 12 a.m. anyways, bro.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
actually
man.
don't know that. I actually don't be looking at the times.
You gotta start tracking your data, man. Come on now.
I didn't. I mean, I feel like that might be a little stalkery. Like, I don't think it
This a
matters.
marketing game, bro. You got.
Yeah,
I'm a
low key,
marketing
you
assistant. I
you
be doing
got
that shit.
yeah, you got to figure out when they listen, so you know when to drop it, and it's like
That's what
you'll
they
get
all
do
right,
for
more.
let's
Instagram, huh?
stop talking about my bad traits. All right, let's talk about
Yeah,
soul.
y'all need a new host, bro. All right, but yo, Soul. Who
All
wants to
right,
start? This shit
my
is
fault.
fire.
We're
So.
gonna do just talking by Owen and Joel, man. From now on, that's gonna be the new. I'm just gonna be a moderator, bro. I'm gonna be
Yo,
like,
I'm
no,
the host now. I'm the host. You just stay in the back and give me your commentary, but I'm the host.
all
All
right.
right, guys. How do you
T-
like this shit? No, I'm kidding.
nah,
This is
go
too
ahead,
much
talk about
fire, bro.
soul, man.
You
You're the
got it.
host.
You
Now
got it.
you're
You
the
got it. You
Yo,
host.
got
yo, Owen, you can't just come on somebody's podcast and take over, bro. That's not how
it.
it
Nah,
works.
I'll play. I'm a guest. I'm a
What's
guest. I
your
got it.
Nah.
Kevin Hart ass, boy?
Nah, you got this, bro. Nah, you got this.
Oh, bro. Nah, I want to hear it, man. I really want to hear what Owen really has to say about this, man. I'm
Oh, you
tired.
just come like a robot.
Yeah, man. I
Yo,
changed for you. I changed for you guys, for all my listeners. I'm gonna let
it's that
I'm gonna
808
let
heartbreak
you
type of vibe. I like
guys
it.
Control.
I love like that.
Tell me what you guys
Alright,
thought about Soul.
Yo, turn that joint off, bro. That's creepy.
no, I love it. I love it. Keep going. But
Um,
Joel, how about you go first, man?
yeah, bro. I mean, I'm gonna just start out by saying I think it was a good movie. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it um a solid 8. You know, I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer before watching it, so I don't know exactly what to expect or whatever. But um, overall, it was good. I thought the animation was good, but I mean that's to be expected. Thought the plot was good. Um, yeah, overall, it was a good movie, good production, everything. I don't know. What did y'all think?
Oh, and you next. Go ahead.
I'm next. Okay. Well, yo, I was gonna say, bro, I feel like this movie was really, really appropriate for the current time. I guess for us at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As up and coming youths, I really, really liked it. Like, I actually genuinely appreciated like the movie. You know, like personally, that shit was actually like not only just like the plot was really good, but I just feel like at a time where like a lot of people right now seem lost, I think it was a really good roadmap for some people to realize, yo, you don't gotta become like because they're showing all these mentors, right? All these greats of like the past, thousands and thousands of years, and it's like they're trying to say that, hey, this should be your inspiration, and I think that's the whole point that I guess I don't know what to call them, but like the Jerrys and like the Terry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Um, they're like they're the people who would kind of ordain and kind of like try to like create the inspiration for those souls, but it seems like that their flaws really shown with like 22, and it showed that you don't need to become or need to have great purpose or great aspirations to just enjoy living, to have passion, to have purpose. Maybe just living in itself is that blessing. So, bro, I thought it was fire, man. I thought it was really, really good, especially for me right now, because I got a lot of things that I do enjoy doing, right? But
Yeah.
also, uh, you know, you have to kind of like find a purpose that you got to cling to for like the rest of your life. So, yo, obviously, young people like us, um, we're kind of lost. We're like those lost souls that are like in that one dimension. So I thought it just kind of makes you feel good. It's one of those nice feel good movies.
Yeah.
But okay, I'm gonna keep it brief. I'm gonna let Nana the mic.
It's not on here, but
Oh,
we'll edit
oh,
that.
my bad.
We'll edit that out, man. But
Hey.
nah, but for me, I thought it was solid 8.5, maybe like actually like easily creeping into 9 territory. And like going off what you were saying, Owen, I thought it was like interesting in the sense that like even though it was like obviously set up to not like really be like the characters weren't really like coming of age like typical coming of age characters. They weren't like in their
Yeah.
teenage years. They had an adult and like basically an unborn person.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
still felt like a
yeah.
coming of age film. And like the most interesting part of it for me was like just looking at it like in a college perspective at first. Looking like when you first in college, you don't really know like you're not sure if what you're choosing is what you really want to do. So like just like how the jazz guy, even though he had been following jazz his entire life, and he knew and he thought that was his only goal, and that like he wanted to like just reach the like crux of it, like just like the highest point. So where he went and performed, but he still never like actually felt complete by it. He had like a different like basically like outlook on it afterwards, as if it wasn't as big as he thought it was going to be. The stage wasn't as grand. So it's like all the lofty ideas that we kind of have in the beginning with how we kind of perceive, we're gonna like go throughout life. So in a sense, we're not really living it. We're kind of like we're going through life without actually experiencing it. We're just waiting for our big break. I guess is the like
Totally.
thing that it was kind of going where instead you could just experience it. And then like where you were saying with the Jerrys and the Terrys, I felt like those were in a way, I guess, society. And Terry's, I guess, were like the hardcore. This, and this has to be done. While like the Jerry's were like the act, or like just more typical, like kind of like more lofty and everything. And I thought it
Hmm.
was
Mhm.
interesting in the sense that like this is just me being on my philosophical soapbox, I guess. But fucking, I thought it was interesting when at the end where like or nearing the end, not really at the end, when the main character was talking to one of the Jerrys, and he was all like, "What was her spark?" We never actually got to figure it out, like what exactly it was. And the Jerry was just like, "It's not really a spark. It was just really like your meaning to live, like just a willingness to live." So it's like, in a sense, saying there isn't really just this one thing where you're actually meant to just walk on, or this one thing that you're supposed to do. It's honestly just a part of the whole experience of it. But yeah, that's basically what I got out of it.
Yo,
Yeah.
I like what you mentioned about it being a coming of age story because I didn't really see it like that, but that's exactly what it is, right? Because it doesn't really have those typical overtones of a coming of age story where, typically like our protagonists are, teens and, it deals with maybe like the same several tropes of like what they usually go through like school or things like that.
Yeah, where
Hmm.
they
Um,
just don't fit in, nothing's really working
yeah,
out.
yeah, stuff like that, totally. Like, but I like what you said about that because it really is a coming of age story for both this unborn soul, but also this like middle-aged man, and they're
Yeah,
both realizing what it is, what it means to live, and like what it means to enjoy living, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I was gonna say like honestly like it's because of 22 that my man, what's his name, Joe Gardner, Joe,
yeah,
Yeah.
Joe.
right? It's because of that. It's because of literally a person who has yet to even live, right? That he really, and that's like the one scene where he's playing piano, and then he finally like he gets out all of the things that she collected, or he
Yeah,
or she or they collected, 22 collected, right?
Hmm.
Um, and it brings back all of their memories of eating the pizza, looking at the leaf that fell down, and it just showed like just like the beauty of living, right? And that's what Joe I felt kind of was missing a lot. He was so caught up in like in chasing that sort of what you were saying, that sort of grand stage, those like kind of lofty ideals that society kind of pushes us to reach, that we lose track of like just smelling the roses and just like looking around and appreciating life, which is like,
Yeah.
yo, the very last uh uh or not the very last like dialogue of like the whole movie is just him saying, I'm going to start living every minute of my life. You know it's good. It's just like it's a really feel good movie. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree with what you guys are saying. I don't know if it's just me. I'm getting a lot of like IB annotation vibe and stuff like
oh,
that.
for real, yeah.
yeah, nah, definitely.
But
Honestly, I didn't know how the movie was gonna be when I said let's talk about it, bro. It was either this
yeah.
or Wonder Woman. I heard Wonder Woman was
Bro,
bad, but I heard this was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Nah.
glad we chose this one and not Wonder Woman. Holy shit, I've
Yeah.
heard really bad things about that shit.
But yeah, I mean, just going off of what you guys were saying, yeah, I definitely agree that it was more of like a coming of age movie. I think you can characterize, I forgot what her name was, the
Oh,
little unborn
hell
soul.
no.
I think you can characterize her as like a teenager. Like she acts like she kind of knows it
Yeah,
all. She's going around showing him everything. Like she's kind of like that teenager, like that typical teenager. I think
yeah,
that's kind of how she's portrayed in the movie. Um,
Mhm.
but I think the movie is like around their journey and how kind of they kind of helped each other coming of age, like
yeah,
coming out. Even though he's like a middle aged man, she's like an unborn soul. I think the movie kind of takes a different approach at like the coming of age story, and instead of keeping it kind of general, like how we talked about of like, oh, this is like a high school teenager or like some middle school kid and like going to school and not fitting in and things of that sort. They're kind of using kind of this kind of unseen idea of like unborn souls and like this surrounding like a planet, this construct of a planet where unborn souls live, which I think I've never really seen anything like that in a movie prior. So they're using kind of like a unique idea and a unique approach to talk about this. So I think that the movie was definitely creative in that sense, which is I think part of the reason why I enjoyed it. And I think they also did well in kind of like how they were transitioning from like soul to body and like earth to the planet and things of that sort, which I think made the movie even like a better movie for me.
yeah. Honestly, even the timing, because like I knew it came out basically at the end, and I checked, and it was like like right on the crust. It was like the 25th. I was like, this like I guess being in like general just a bad year. Obviously, like some people had their ups. Like I think like views wise, like on like a lot of streaming channel or like streaming places and everything, like YouTube or stuff, went through the roof. Like so, there's some good in that sense, but like in general, like just a very like bad year. People staying inside and everything, and like I know like obviously it fucked a lot of people like not being able to go out see their friends as much, not be able to do the things that they're able to. Some people experience like death within their family and everything. So I feel like
Yeah.
this was like a like maybe like a really good movie to like put out right before like a new year because like I guess like as like society we kind of like just tend to see like a new year being like another chapter instead of like just being like just the next page. I guess is the best way to phrase that.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you guys like what was your emotion like watching the movie? Because I feel like um in the beginning, you know, he's kind of going through this patch where he's kind of iffy about the spot where he is in life and like being a teacher, but he's really struggling because he wants to do more with his life and he's pursuing this like dream of his of becoming a performer. Um, but then like it kind of goes down this path where you kind of get on a roller coaster. So I kind of wanted to know what you guys were feeling, like emotional wise, like while watching the movie.
Mm. For
Mm.
me, it was like so like when it first started, I was like I felt sorry for him for a little bit because it's like his mom didn't really believe in him. He like you could kind of sense that he didn't like 100% believe in himself, and like he was just like kind of like going through it, but he had a real passion. So like when he and then when he got to like the job and he was doing and everything was going well, I was like, oh shit, I wonder what's about to happen because it's like this is the beginning of the movie. You're not expecting everything to really just like pick up like that, and
Right.
then it just like kind of kill him.
Yeah, it was like some like Yu Yu Hakusho type shit.
Yeah, it just like boom, sniped him real quick. Just fell down a sewer, wakes up in the hospital and all that. But and like going through that, I was just like interested in see like where the movie was gonna pick up from. And then with the when he switched, I was the entire time I just felt like this guy's like he's obviously trying to like chase like his dream and he because like he's feeling like this is might be his like last shot because he's about to accept
Hmm.
a full-time teaching job and everything. But then at the
Right.
same time, I was all like, he's kind of being like self-absorbed or selfish in a way, because it's like he was never like caring about 22. It was really
Yeah.
just about himself. Like when 22
Yo,
was all
definitely.
like
I
when
felt
they're in
that.
the yeah, like when they were in his apartment, 22 was all like, oh, we can like, I like being outside in the real world and like I want to like see if I can find my spark in the real world. Like the very next scene was him sending like 22 to the shower making it like making her slash him or they clean up, basically clean up just so he could get ready for his thing. Wasn't really like
Yeah.
helping her find what she might enjoy.
Hmm. Yeah, no,
So
I definitely got that too, like that aspect of him kind of being self-absorbed. So I was thinking like, oh yeah, him as like an unborn soul, he went through the little because I think in the like space where they like put the unborn souls to give him characteristics,
yeah,
it kind of felt like he was one of the people that was put in that self-absorbed category. But like I mean, I think it's definitely true, and you can see it's evident like when they come out of the barbershop and the barber is like, oh, you've never asked me those questions. That's why, you know, you never really got to
yeah,
know who I am. I think that's when it really hit him like that's true. Like I've been going to this barber. Like he's 42 years old. So, you know, we like he could have been going to this barber all his life. And like for
Hmm.
him not to have known like the small things about his barber, you know, then like that tells you like, oh he was really self absorbed throughout his time before he really ran into um I don't know. I forget her name. Did she have a name? 22, 22.
22,
Before he went into 22.
yeah.
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 I mean, yo, like I really like that's one thing that really kept me hooked because like I wasn't exactly even like annoyed, but I was just kind of like rather just irritated at the fact that our main character was like, pretty selfish. Like it's shown in that one scene, especially when when Connie, like the student, comes
Hmm.
to his apartment for
Yeah.
like the lesson, right? And she's just saying, "Hey, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna give up. I'm actually gonna drop out of school. And all this guy says, all Joe says is, forget it. Let's just go in the shower. Like, forget it. Let's just get ready,
Yeah.
Right.
right? And again, that's just and about like the barber, that was also like a pretty good point. How and I also enjoy that the fact that all this isn't even like explicit, but rather implicit. Then they never really explicitly tell us, hey,
Yeah.
I've been a selfish guy, but rather right implicitly showing us through like his actions, and also like maybe like how
His
um
demeanor.
yeah, and like how his like other like relationships have been functioning beforehand, right?
Mm.
Um and yeah, so like you kind of understand like that this guy, although alive, isn't really quite living,
Yeah.
right? And it's characterized right through like his like relationships, and his everyday demeanor, how he even like sees, like he even sees another kid who is quite on the brink of losing their quote unquote passion, their purpose, their soul even, right?
Mm.
And he's so focused on his own. It mirrors that of him ignoring 22's pursuit of her purpose and her journey, right? And it's just like how he ignored Connie, he ignored 22's as well. 22's, journey. So but I do appreciate the fact that they both learn from each other, both Joe and 22. Right? 22, who literally thought that Earth was hell, that leaving whatever dimension that they were in, right, was as if she was going to be sent to hell, right? And it's not like that at all, right? And that she only learns that through literally walking a mile in Joe's shoes, right? Um, and it's just one of those movies that I just love when like perspectives flip and you just realize how like the regular living, it's actually kind of beautiful. And it really like it tells you to, no matter what's going on in your life, you can always, I think the greatest thing that you can do in life is just becoming an appreciative person and
Yeah.
gaining gratitude. Gratitude is extremely important to leading a good life. It reminds me, like, I know I'm like kind of like rambling a little bit, but it reminds me a little bit of this bit that Dave Chappelle did in like one of his stand-ups, and he was talking about Anthony Bourdain. I think you guys know like Anthony Bourdain, right? He's like this. He was a super famous chef who did a lot of traveling. He was extremely famous. He actually committed suicide a couple years ago.
Mm.
Right? He was extremely famous, and he would travel for a living. Like he was extremely rich, and he committed suicide. And Dave Chappelle's talking about it because I think Dave Chappelle even had met Anthony Bourdain, and he was actually making light of it. He was making light of his suicide, right? But really, he was actually trying to make a point about like how he was making a joke about how like how did someone like Anthony Bourdain commit suicide, but a guy whose like window is broken and has tape all over his window and has a shitty ass life, how does he continue to find the will to live, right?
Yeah.
And again, it's all about purpose. It's all about not even rather purpose, right? But it's just the willingness to live, which is what the Jerry's say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
I think
that's what tethers you to like, like being on Earth, right? Quite literally the willingness to live and appreciating life, right? Not saying that those who have gone haven't appreciated it, but rather
yeah.
things in their life cause them to not appreciate it anymore, which is quite honestly like the tragedy in and not having that willingness to live.
Yeah, I feel like you touched on a lot of good points. And just real quick, I wanted to talk about it. I mean, I know Nana hasn't talked in a while, so I'm gonna let you talk. But yeah, like when you're speaking of gratefulness, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's like throughout this whole thing where he's like struggling and he's kind of basically dead, or like half dead or in a coma or whatever state he's in. Not once does he like feel or think that he needs to mend. I mean, I know although he did mend the relationship with his mom, going into it, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going in here because I want to, if I'm dying, I want to make sure that, at least I've built a relationship with my mother. He was going in there because he was being, oh, I need to get myself looking good so I can go to this show and get this money, get this
Right.
opportunity and things of that sort.
Yeah.
And
Completely right.
that's like if you're on your deathbed dying, like how is that, how is that not one of the first things that comes to your head? Like, oh, I need to make sure that if I'm leaving, that the relationship between me and the most important person in my life at the time, which is, I mean, it has to be his mom,
Yeah.
especially since his dad is dead. They didn't mention anybody else. So
Oh, that's a
that's
really
just an
good
that's an
point.
interesting thing that I was thinking about when you kind of brought up gratefulness.
Actually, I didn't. Yeah, no, that's actually a really good point. Dang.
Hmm.
For me, like just like talk about some of the stuff that y'all were going back and talking about. When Joel a little bit earlier like mentioned um the place and how they're like separating the personalities and everything. This is just like a
Mm.
tidbit. I remember there was like when they actually like did the self-absorbed personality trait or something or selfish. It was one
Yeah,
of the two, and they literally said, "I think we're sending too many people in there."
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
that was
It
just
was
one
like
thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
it was self-absorbed, and I think the other one was like I forget what it was.
I forgot,
Something
but I
like
think it was a good. There was like a good one, and they only said like six, and then they said 12 in the self-absorbed. I forgot
yeah,
what the other one
Yeah, it
was.
was 5 insecure, 12 self-absorbed. Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
and then for me, and then like the other thing that like I kind of was looking at was in the movie when like 22 was just like talking about or like they show clips of her or like the people who were supposed to be her mentors, and it's like
Mhm.
those are the people who like we would like be looking up to in the sense like people who like I guess in a way we kind of like feel and like need or want to like kind of model our lives
Mhm.
like not like exactly like theirs but like
No, but
we
definitely
idolize
they're
their lives.
role models. Like
Yeah, and like just like comparing it to like society now, like you can even see it whether like no matter what like they're doing, like whether it's in like the rap culture and like people like overly promoting drugs and everything, or sex or whatever. Like you can just see it like in there too. Like our role models don't have to like exactly define who we would be. They're just people who already had who reached their reason for living, and they're just like I guess their expression of it is what we see now. If I guess,
mhm.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
know
I
what you
just thought
mean.
that was
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
final
No, but
thoughts
Joel, I
about
was
the
gonna say,
movie? Oh, never mind.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want to say the whole thing about like, like when he like finally saw his mom again after quite literally being dead or almost on the brink of death, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a really damn good point because you would think that having that quite literally a near death experience, like as near death as you can be, you would think that you'd at least like be a little bit emotional seeing your mom being, like being a little bit more like you have that reality check. Like,
Right.
uh, I know Joel hasn't, but Nana, have you watched Erased?
No, I have not watched Erased yet. It's
Haven't.
actually on my list. Like my brother told
Okay,
me, you told me. I think a lot of people told me to watch Erased.
Erased is pretty good. But do you know like the general concept?
Yeah, it's like
But
yeah,
yeah,
I know the
I'm not
general
gonna spoil
concepts.
anything. But basically, like our main character has like quite literally a near-death experience, right? And as soon as like he sees his mom, he breaks down crying, right?
Mm,
Mm.
And you would think like our like you think Joe would have like the same sort of like reaction because I feel like we would all have that same reaction, right?
yeah,
But he does it because when Joel brought that up, I realized yeah, like this guy isn't just like going on about his like, on his like regular day. He
Yeah.
quite literally came. He went to the afterlife and back, like
yeah,
um,
Exactly.
and so again, that's just a good point about showing like where he's at in terms of his character development and who he is right now. You know,
yeah.
small things like that. But overall, I haven't given the movie a rating yet because I literally just watched it. Like I finished it like an hour and a half ago, but yeah. So I still need to like a little seep in a little bit. But as of right now, I'll give it a solid eight, maybe eight
Yeah.
point five.
Yeah, it's up there. I think it's up there when it's like some of the best Pixar movies
Yeah,
that
Yo,
I've seen. I would say for sure.
'cause, I can definitely say that I'd want to show my kids this movie for sure.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
I think it's a movie where I feel like it's not only really, really good, it's enjoyable, it's funny. But damn, bro, I just love movies that have heart. This movie has heart. And damn good
Yeah,
heart.
I think it also reaches like a really broad audience. You know what I mean? I think if you show it to
Yeah, for
kids, they
sure.
might not really understand the deeper message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things like that are funny within the movie that I think will keep them entertained. And at the same time, our generation or even generations higher can, grab a lot from this message that
Oh,
the movie is giving.
yeah.
And I think that's just like, Pixar movies in general. Maybe not as of late, 'cause I know that like Onward was pretty bad and it wasn't really that good.
I actually haven't given
But
that a chance.
Yeah, I
not
still
gonna
haven't
lie,
seen that.
I only watched a little bit of it. The thing is, we were gonna watch the whole thing, but then we got caught. Joel said,
Sneaky man. He was sneaking
Interesting
his-
Joel
times. Interesting
Wait, was
times.
it-
Man,
Interesting times.
we were really that broken bored, bro. Shit, we were really gonna risk our academic
Hey,
careers.
let's not talk about this, bro. let's
Yeah,
let's keep this
Wait,
off
was
the
it
air.
you guys?
Yeah,
if this
it
is
was
shown to
me.
our future employers, but me and Joel are screwed.
Wait. When was this? The joint came out in 2020.
No. I'm gonna get you hip. I'm gonna get you hip. So
March
basically,
6th.
bro,
This is during
this is
quarantine.
no,
No,
bro.
it
So
wasn't
let me
that.
get you hip. This is
No,
quite
this wasn't.
literally a
This wasn't
couple
during
days
quarantine
before
though.
quarantine happened. This is a couple days before quarantine happened.
All right,
We're
yeah,
talking
March
like the
6th.
weekend, because you know how Joel's spring
Oh,
break
yeah.
is a week before ours, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So Joel came back like March 6th around there, right? And that's the week that Onward came out,
Yeah.
right? And it was me, Malfu, Joel, and Kashyyyk, and we're hella bored. We were gonna go ball at the rack, but because it was, I don't know why, it was closed, bro. Like nothing was open, and we were broke as fuck. And we're like, yo, we could go out to dinner, but we're kind of broke, and I don't know. And we're like, yo, let's go watch a movie, but we're all broke as
Mind
shit.
you, before he says this, mind you that I was telling them that I wanted to go home. I'm gonna put that out there just because I was trying to go home.
Bro, just because you don't like
They
spending time with
dragged
us doesn't mean we don't like spending time with you.
They
We like
dragged me.
spending time with you.
I was trying to go home, bro.
But
Joel,
anywho.
you're still part of the crime. Like it doesn't matter if one of the robbers of the bank said, "I said I wanted to go home earlier." He still helped them rob a bank.
Yeah.
It's not to that
sorry.
extent, but you're not getting away.
Yeah, Joel, sorry, bro. You're equally as culpable because you walked in that door as well. But anywho. So we're right by like the AMC that's in Woodbridge. We're like, all right, let's go watch a movie. But so a little backstory. Me and a friend, I'm not gonna name the friend because I don't want to get him in trouble, but me and a certain friend, we had stuck into the movies because one person gets a ticket and one person goes to the fire exit door on the side and lets the other person in.
No.
Right? So that was the idea. So I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna buy the ticket and then you guys meet me at the exit door. I'm gonna go all the way around in and then open the exit door so that you guys can come in. Right? And that worked. And that worked before. It worked before. I was there. I'm quite literally a witness to that working. So we're like, all right, let's do it. So bro, I buy the ticket. It's like $20 because I'm like, yo, we're doing the IMAX shit. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to get the IMAX experience. So it's like it's I guess maybe they had more security that day, but because it was like the release of Onward. But so we're doing it. I text them, hey, meet me on the left exit door. I do that. I'm going down the hallway. It's empty. No one's there. I look around. There's no cameras. I swear to God, there's no cameras. Or maybe I'm just
But there
blind.
was, bro. Literally,
Yes, sir.
the whole time, I had this feeling that this wasn't gonna go right. Cause literally outside the door, there was like a camera, and the guy was literally looking at us the whole time.
Well, hold on. We got to finish the story though. So
But go ahead.
So I'm like, I'm heading to the exit door. I open it. I see Kashyyyk, Malfu, and Joel. We're good. We get in. We're walking for a good 5 seconds, and it's like we're looking at each other. Like, yo, this shit actually worked. Let's go. We're walking, bro. As soon as we turned the corner, the security guard. It was like a movie. The timing was perfect. As soon as we turned the corner, the security guard was rocked. He walked right into us and said, he had an accent. He's like a Middle Eastern guy. Like, hello, can you guys show me some tickets? I was like, oh shit. I had my ticket, right? But then Malibu, this dude he's like, oh yeah, let me try to find it.
Yo, Mouth is such a dumbass.
He was searching his socks. He was searching his jacket. He was searching his.
The man said, I think I dropped it after a while.
Kashyyyk's dumbass is just quiet. He's like, right? And Joel's like, I don't even know what Joel was doing, bro.
Bro, I was looking trying to act like I didn't know them, bro. I was trying to turn back around like I didn't know them, bro. Cause this man mouth was literally like, I think I might have threw it with my popcorn and I'm like, bro. Bro, I in my head I knew he had seen this because I
That's
saw
what
the
I'm
camera.
saying.
So I was like, bro,
The thing is,
there's no point.
me
in
and him, me and the guard had even made eye contact when I was first buying the ticket and going in too, especially. So that's why I was like, oh my god. I saw the future, bro. It was like a that's what Raven moment. But I still did it though, which is like some like real shit. But so yeah, we're talking to him and he's like, it's just quiet. No one's even saying anything. I'm like, I think it's over. Wait, guys, like I'm pretty sure we left it in the bathroom, right? But he's like, listen. I saw the camera. I was like, shit. So then I was like, oh shit. So he just like, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all an option. Listen, y'all are just a bunch of kids. Listen, you, the guy who bought the ticket, I'm gonna let you get a refund. If you guys just walk on out of here and don't come back, right? Or we can do this the hard way, or I can call my manager and I can get you guys like written up for this, right? And I'm like, no, sir, I'm getting that refund and we're leaving right now, bro. So
Yo, I'm surprised
Yo,
you
we
got a
left.
refund.
Yeah,
and he was like, it was actually pretty nice. He was like, listen, I don't want y'all to get in trouble, so just get that refund and dip.
yo, shout out to that guy, whoever he was, bro. Cause
Whoever he is, if he's listening one day
I
to this
know,
podcast,
shout out to him, cause bro, without him, bro, he could. I mean, Owen even got his money back. You know what I mean? So like, we literally attempted fraud, like whatever it was, we attempted it, and Owen got his money back. Nothing happened. You know what I mean?
I
So
guess
shout out to
breaking
him.
and entering?
maybe, man.
It's kind of like stealing, Loki, like
That's what I
shoplifting,
was
like
thinking. At first, I was like
because
thievery, but I was
yeah,
like, imagine going to court and they're like, he committed thievery by walking into a movie theater when he didn't buy a ticket. I don't know if that'd be thievery.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is, but shout out to him, bro. I mean,
Yeah, bro.
hey,
If he's ever listening one day, I just want to let him know that he's one of my favorite people I've ever met. I'm never gonna forget that dude. I'm never gonna forget that guy, man. You can't say
yeah.
that about a lot of people.
All right,
No,
wait.
I
I
will.
have
I
a
will.
question.
I
What
will
was the
say.
plan
I
if
mean,
he let y'all go to the bathroom though? What would you guys have done? Just panic?
yeah,
We
that
would have
was a
ran.
dumb. That was a very stupid idea by one. I don't know what to
Oh,
think.
you think he was gonna
100%.
let you run?
That we
No,
actually would have gotten in more trouble if that would
Yeah,
have
if
no,
happened.
y'all
no, no,
ran,
no.
definitely get in trouble.
My idea was if we just go to the bathroom, but he doesn't actually follow us to the bathroom, we can just leave.
Are you done? Of course, he's gonna follow us to the bathroom.
He's not gonna just like, oh well, they gotta use the bathroom. Oh, hit them up after a movie.
Okay, but I wasn't actually gonna be like. I knew that he wasn't gonna let us go to the bathroom. I'm just filling in the awkward silence, bro. He's just waiting for us to get the tickets out, and I'm just like, no one's saying anything because Malfoy is doing his dumbass routine. He's like,
Mouth
he's
was
like
still
feeling his
checking
own
his
body.
his socks.
He's patting his body,
He's
bro.
feeling his own body. He's patting his butt. He's patting his ankle. He's patting his head. Like, bro, it's not fair, bro.
This man was checking his hair.
It's face the
Yeah,
music, bro. But yeah, yeah, that was That's why I'm never going to a Pixar movie in theaters again. That's why I appreciate Soul being on Disney Plus. It's tough. Appreciate that.
yeah.
Yeah, I know Joel doesn't want to go with me to a movie theater again either.
Yeah, no, I don't fucking trust you anymore, bro. I don't fucking trust you. The whole time I knew it was a bad idea, but hey.
But you were with us, bro. You could have said, "Hey, Owen, you know
Look,
what? I'm not
bro,
with it. You just drop me off home." I'd
you
be like,
can
"All right, fine."
you can literally ask Kashyyyk and Malfu while we were standing outside. I told them, look, there's a camera right there, and like we were literally looking at it, and I'm sure,
They look back at the camera.
I'm sure at that same time he was looking and he saw us, and he was just figuring out which one of the persons that was buying tickets was gonna come open the door. So I was like, yeah, this is gonna go bad, bro.
Yeah, it was good times though, man. Good times. That really felt like I never really done like rebellious shit like that before, so that felt kind of cool. But after we were out, obviously. You know what I mean? That felt pretty cool.
Yeah, we went back to the car real quick after that happened, bro. I'm glad nobody saw us, bro. Honestly,
it was a type of embarrassment where you could feel that shit in your ears. It's like wow, like your blood's like racing in your ears. You're just like, damn, I just did that shit. But yo, I felt cool though. I mean, how many times can you say you've done like that?
I don't know if that's a cool thing.
Yeah,
but...
like what? Owen's like that. Owen's the guy that just watches those movies. Like, the Rebel is so cool. Owen's the girl when he's watching those bad boy movies, man. He's like,
It just felt like a CW drama, like a scene from like a CW drama. You know what I mean? Sometimes, bro. Sometimes it's nice to replicate some movie type shit, some movie scenes. But
yes, but they would have definitely
okay.
taken off the moment they saw the security guard.
Yeah.
For sure. They would have actually ran. Nah. Honestly, bro, high key, like we're usually pretty scared of like authority figures like that, and but I feel like security guards are like on like the level, on like that sort of spectrum of people who are authority figures, quote unquote. Security guards are pretty understanding on that kind of spectrum, so you can
Yeah.
talk to them. You can talk to them. For the cop, it's like a 50-50, Either they're assholes or they're like, they'll let you off maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know, it just depends. Depends, man. But
all I know is that I guess I was invited to go and see Onward.
Oh, please, nah, man. We hit you up. I don't want to hear shit.
Man,
you were in Woodbridge too.
Was I in Woodbridge? I don't know, cause
you weren't in Woodbridge at the time.
Nah, I think it might have been in Mason, bro.
I might have been in Richmond.
Or maybe in Richmond.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like the last day before I left Mason, I went straight to Richmond for like that night, and then I came back up. Whatever day, like the Lakers just beat the Bucks. It was like that day. Literally, it was like Lakers versus Bucks. It was like the last few games, and then Lakers versus Clippers. That like next day, either next day or the next. I knew it was the next game they played.
March 6th. I just searched it up.
Yeah, I was in Richmond. Man, I thought the Bucks were gonna win, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, we don't talk about that, bro. We don't talk about that.
Not yet, anyways. Instead,
disappointing.
All right, Bucks not disappointing. All right.
All right, hey, let's not get into this.
This man trying to suck me into his dumb conversation. Why AD is better than Giannis?
Please. Let's not do that.
But instead, let's turn it to another topic. Now, this is like a video that I saw trending, like just like 32-second video. Saw on Twitter. It was like it got a lot of traction. I don't know if you guys saw it before I sent it to you guys. I doubt it.
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah, it was like Joel. Actually, you don't use Twitter that much, or like I don't think you used it for a while, have you?
Yeah, I mean, I have actually. I recently deleted my Twitter. Honestly, I don't really. I'm not a big fan of Twitter. I don't know why, but yeah.
I feel you. But yeah, it was like a video that was kind of popping yesterday, so I was like, oh, why not talk about it? And future editing is about to put the clip in, I guess, like release the portion of the clip that really has the worst thing, so we can just get straight into it. That's where he's about to put it in, so let's talk.
So if a nigga work at the bank,
no, I don't want you.
So let's say this nigga work at the bank making $500,000 a year. You don't want that nigga?
You can give me a banker. Give me a banker, a doctor, a lawyer.
Now, if you doing that shit,
a specialist, not a pediatrician, a specialist.
If you doing that shit to cover up some shit, like let's say the nigga that work in the bank sell fucking drugs, like I'm with it. Period.
What the fuck?
You?
Thank you, future now.
Yeah, nah. So I mean, before we first get into it, I know there's a lot of controversy. So what I wanted to first do was like really understand the whole situation. So I went back. I went on YouTube and I searched it up. I found the podcast, and I think it was like a 4 to 5 minute clip of them like really fully talking about the topic.
Oh dang, he did his
No, just because I feel like, I mean, if we're getting on here and we're going to talk about somebody, like, let's at least know the context, you know what I mean? Because I feel like Twitter is like that. That's kind of part of the reason why I deleted my Twitter. But I feel like Twitter is kind of that place where people clip things and, like, they're misconstrued, you know, and it turns into this big old thing. But I was listening to the thing. What she said, obviously, I mean, I think is very, you know, we're gonna talk about it. I think it's very stupid. But I think the idea behind what she was trying to get at, kind of made sense. You know what I mean? Because in the 4-minute video, she was talking about, how she kind of just she likes hustlers. You know, she likes people with that go get it mentality. I think that's the idea behind her saying that, oh, you know, I wouldn't date a guy who has a 9 to 5 job, who has to wait till every other Friday to get a paycheck. You know, I think her mentality in behind saying that was that if you're working in a 9 to 5 job, you don't really have the ability to get a certain sum of money at any point. You know what I mean? Whereas if you're a hustler or like a person that's like has that go get it mentality, then oh yeah, you know, you can go get it right then and then. So I think that's what she was trying to get at. But obviously the way she said it was stupid, to be honest.
I like. I didn't watch. I didn't go back and do the 4 minute clip and watch it. I probably should
Yeah,
have, but I
same.
didn't. But I mean, from what you said about it, I feel like it was still in like line with what I was thinking. Because like for me, what I'm say, like gonna say about it is like really anybody can like whoever they want, but it's just like at the same time those choices are gonna affect other stuff. Like sure, like obviously like that go get it mentality is like I guess attractive in some ways, and it's not. I don't know if it's just that like some people like it's not even just like the mentality that they have. It's just like if that's the type of stuff that you've been around and that you've seen, it's like that's still the stuff that you're gonna gravitate to, or maybe it's the fact that you haven't been around it and you just see it as like a mysterious, like just something new. You just want to experience it like that. So it's like I don't have any problems with like what people choose. It's just like know what the outcome can be afterwards. Like sure, it's gonna be cool. You're gonna maybe get that Bonnie Clyde moment once or twice, but like at that same time, both like Bonnie and Clyde, they died. Like they got shot out. Like
That's
just
one way to put it.
like like the danger and everything that comes with it. I guess I don't know if she's just not understanding that, and like I don't know. I feel as though like you can still have that goal like 500K, like because that's what she was saying. 500K a year is a lot.
That's a
Like
lot.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, it doesn't matter whether or not like you're trapping or whatever, hustling, or like you're just working a regular job. Because at that, in my opinion, like usually to get at that point where you're making 500K, you probably sacrificed a lot. You probably did a lot. In a sense that it's still like in a sense a hustle. It's not like
Not for sure.
it's not exactly the same as like dealing and everything and doing all that stuff, but it's like it's still in and of its sense a hustle. So I didn't like understand her point for that, like in the sense of like she wouldn't want a guy who's making that much money unless they were hustling. I don't really understand that point.
Hmm.
But go ahead. Oh,
I see what you mean though. Like, I kind of agree. Like with the whole, she kind of wants that Bonnie and Clyde, that thrill, that sort of edge to their relationship, you know. And it's cool because I feel like a lot of us, like not us maybe, because I can't speak for y'all or even me, because this isn't even true of me. But a lot of people want they want to have fun. They want to be with people who are fun, and maybe like her idea. I haven't watched the 4 minute clip, so again, right? Again,
mhm.
but I can understand why her idea of a banker who makes 500K, it's just kind of boring. Like, you know, she doesn't really care about the money per se, but it's rather the lifestyle, right? And to
Yeah,
be someone who is out there hustling, you got to be someone who's bold. You got to be someone who's risky, and you got to be someone who, you know, is in general has a pretty interesting lifestyle. You know, so I don't even blame her per se. Um, of kind of wanting that person. Obviously, it's detrimental to, you know, to her, to people around that person.
yeah,
But uh, I just get it though. You know, some people don't care about the money. They just want to be with someone who makes them feel alive. You know, shout out to Soul. But you know, but for real though. But for real, it's like, you know, uh, it's like I you know what, maybe not a banker, but like I get maybe if it was like an entrepreneur, I feel like she would change her mind and be like, yo, an entrepreneur who's really on their shit, constantly trying to like network with people, you know, taking risks and doing stuff like that. Yo, I feel like uh that she would have that same type of attraction. Or maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe she just likes that kind of guy
Skate
who's like,
lifestyle.
grounded to
Bad
like,
boy.
Yeah,
huh?
no, no, no.
Outlaw.
I think, I think,
That
I
street
think,
hustle.
I think you have. I think what you're saying is kind of lining up. Like again, from like the 4 minute clip, she was talking about how it's more about matching the energy. She said that she was a hustler, right, and that she really couldn't, be with somebody that is just kind of on a repetitive pattern of like, oh, waking up in the morning, going to work, coming back to work, doing that. Like she's a hustler, right? So she has moments maybe where she's lazy, I guess, and then when she really needs something, she'll go and get it, right? And I
Yeah.
guess in her mind, it was kind of like she was trying to relay that, like, she's looking for that hustler who kind of matches that trait that she has,
Yeah.
right? But I mean, just in looking at the clip, I feel like these are kind of like the type of girls that want to date celebrities. That's kind of what I got from the thing, because like
Oh, for sure,
um
for sure.
yeah, like she
Like
wasn't.
the
I mean,
wild lifestyle, just doing whatever. Like
yeah,
just
yeah,
because you
yeah, yeah,
have it,
exactly.
and then like you're also not like grounded in like I guess in the more of societal standards. I feel as though that's how celebrities live. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Because they talked about like drug dealers and like fraud fraud persons, but they also were talking about like somebody with like social media presence. So I'm guessing maybe like if it was like a YouTuber or like somebody that makes music or something like that. So like a celebrity basically. So those are the type of people they want to date. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's too much into it. I think, like I said, the fact that what she said in that moment, like that 30 seconds, was kind of crazy, because I think the guy asked her like if it was a dude who's working at a bank and was making 500K a year versus a guy who's
Trapping,
making
making 500.
25.
No, I thought he
That yeah,
was.
making 25. No,
I
he
thought
was
he was
saying
saying
if
money.
no, he was saying if it was a guy who's making 25K a year and hustling on the side, like which would you pick? And like she actually froze and thought about it, and I think that's what like made it crazy. And of course, Twitter's gonna like grab that and do whatever. But
I mean,
I
that's
think
because that's the thing though. It wasn't like that. She just froze. I don't think she act like I don't know. Maybe I'm like not remembering it as clearly, but like it wasn't like she froze. Like at least in the clip, she literally was like immediately like, "Oh no, I would take the dealer. I would take the hustler." Like
nah, she no 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 she froze, like because I mean like she had to think about it like at first, which I mean it's kind of crazy that she had to think about it, but I think her response to it was it kind of depends, you know what I mean? It depends. Like obviously, like if somebody's making 500K versus 25K, I mean, knowing the type of person they are, there's no way she's gonna match with somebody that's doing 25K versus somebody that's 500K. I just think that was kind of a response in that circumstance, I guess.
yeah, no,
I
I
mean,
didn't.
I just go ahead.
Go ahead. Nah, you got it. You got it.
You got it, bro. You're the host.
All right. I don't know. I never like because like this is the thing. I never was thinking about it like oh like she was saying like she like I don't know. I don't like obviously there's the people out there like boy girl no matter what who like date marry do all that like with people due to their money and fame. I didn't see her like doing it as that just because it was like obviously she didn't care about the money. So like get like that's why I was like going past the money part and everything. It was just like literally the fact that like and it's not even just like and because even Owen was saying like he understands it to an extent like it's not even like just like a girl thing or a guy thing like it's just like people in general are like just attracted to like some like people who are like bold. I feel like in some cases, like just someone who's not afraid to like speak their mind and do and like just go out and do something. Like even though like those people tend to be like detrimental and everything, it's like if that's exactly like what you prefer in like your potential partner, go ahead, 100%. I'm just saying if they're like if she gets that type of guy and then complains about him later, yeah, I don't think like I feel as though like people should be responsible for their choices. Like you know what you
Yeah,
chose. That's my thing.
yeah.
Like if you're going around dealing with drug dealers, then just don't get surprised when you randomly got a shot in your leg. I don't know.
Chill. Is that like a like a Meg Thee Stallion
No, no, no,
reference?
no. Actually, like the moment I said it, I was like, damn.
Yo, damn, that's kind of fucked up.
Nah.
Meg Thee Stallion
I'm
didn't make
God.
sense.
I'm God. Don't cancel me, bro. They're about to cancel the baby.
Yeah,
Today.
bro, I'm gonna get this clip. I'm gonna post it on Twitter. I'm
Bro,
gonna
you
get
better
you
make it
canceled,
no
bro.
context. Low key, you better like increase
Yeah,
my views. Those
yeah.
cancellations
Yeah,
only
I
work
got
for a
you.
few days.
That's the point. That's the point. I'm not doing it to cancel you. I'm trying to pump up the views, man.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, bro, I was gonna say like, yo, this clip is just like, it's very like reflective on like, bro, like what people want in romance in general. You know,
Yeah.
we want people who kind of like, they are that type that we've always wanted. That makes sense, right? Like for some people, it's the person who is their version of quote unquote cool. It might sound kind of weird, but like it's it's like they're the person who they've romanticized so much, and it's all about upbringing. Like I feel like we all romanticize a different type of person, right? And in her eyes, right, this is like she's romanticized, someone who has to hustle for a living, which honestly is pretty. It's sad that someone needs to do, go into like the drug game just to provide for themselves, right?
Mhm.
Whether it's a choice or not, because that's actually a pretty tragic thing. Like, it,
Yeah.
it tears up communities, it tears up families. However, there's a lot of people who also romanticize it, both the people who are in the drug game and those that are outside looking in,
Yeah.
right? Um, like, uh, and that goes into like a lot of factors, just like maybe like what you're around, right? Maybe like the movies that you watch, and like, that's cool, and
Mhm.
whatever it might be, right? So like I really don't blame her. It's just what you were saying though. It is definitely annoying though when people are like, "How could this happen to me?" Like I was holding I was holding it down for us, and he was just like not like loving me or whatever it might be. It's like, bro, like, come on, man. This is the type of person that you wanted to be with, and that's the type of person who, will do whatever it takes to, provide for themselves, whatever is most beneficial for them, but maybe like whatever it might be. Like, I'm not gonna label people into a box because we got all types of drug dealers, people who are loving drug dealers, people who are selfish drug dealers. We got people, but because maybe you have a drug dealer who's like the best person in the world, like,
Maybe your
but
plug is
like,
the
because
best
you
person
don't
in the
know, you don't
world.
know,
Quote of the year. Just started.
you never
best
know, bro.
best person in the world, Jack Diller. Yeah, I doubt that. But I
Yeah,
think
but
I
I'm not
think
like
more
the
so
character
than
though.
the character, like who they are as a person. I mean,
Yeah, you
yeah,
could be dealing, but like, what if you're? Hey, but you
Yeah,
guys
like
get
nah,
what I'm
because
saying. It's
obviously
tough for
people
you.
yeah,
deal. Some people deal just like because they're like they've had like a bad past, so it's harder to get a job once you've been like prison and stuff. People deal for
yeah,
different reasons,
For
like
sure,
provide for their
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
family.
I mean, I definitely think I think you guys should definitely go back and watch like the 4 minute clip. I think um like while what she said is kind of but I think she didn't really mean that she like romanticizes drug dealers as per se. I think as that's the owner is talking about. I think she more so meant she likes people that are constantly evolving and doing something different or something that is fast paced. You know, um,
Got you,
I
yeah.
think drug dealers was the one that she came up with, I guess, in that moment. But I think later on she talked about like I said, like social media people, like YouTubers, artists,
Entrepreneurs, yeah.
yeah, things of that sort. You know what I mean? And even them, to be honest, too, they kind of are involved a lot of times with like drug dealers and things of that sort.
Yeah,
So I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you can't really have pity on them when things happen. They're complaining about
You can
being
definitely sympathize, but
beat or
definitely
things of
like
that
your
sort.
you can
tolerance for that is
sympathize.
definitely lowered.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I was just gonna say it's not even just her in particular, right?
yeah,
But
Yeah,
it's because like of what she wants, right? Like the person who is a do-it-yourself kind of guy, right? Forge your own path, don't listen to the man, fuck the establishment kind of person, right? It's like, you know, I could see why there's an attractive quality to that if you do have that romanticization, right? Like, It's like, oh, okay, I get it. It's like completely, you went in the most unhealthy way. I get it, you know?
Yeah.
Like you could
Yeah.
have, and like, and yeah, I'm sure in that clip she also talks about, yeah, like as you mentioned, like entrepreneurs and like things of that nature. So like I don't know, I think it's interesting. I think
Yeah.
it's interesting, like how our types, right? There's so many types of, I guess, ways that those our types can be presented, especially, right? Like
Mm,
there's so many different ways. Like we can have a certain type, like people who embody these characteristics, but again, like people in different situations can embody those characteristics, and we might not even be able to help ourselves but to be attracted. You know,
yeah.
whether they appear in very toxic forms and or in healthy forms.
Yeah, and I mean, this kind of off track, but I want to get your opinion on it. But like, not really off track, but like in this whole idea of types, I feel like people are blocking their blessings in a way. You know what I mean? Like they were talking like like there's people that they just definitely wouldn't date. Like if it's like a 500K guy, like you wouldn't date a guy because he's not hustling. Like because that's your type. I feel
Yeah.
like
That's
that's
the
the thing
thing.
in
Oh no, for
society today.
sure,
You know, like people
bro.
have types.
I am with you on that.
Yeah, and like
People
people have
are
types
getting
and they're
these.
unwilling to even give people chances because, oh, my type is tall or my type is this and that. It's kind of stupid to me. I don't know.
Oh, yo, I completely agree, dude. That's one of the things I hate most when people are like, "Oh, like I don't know if I'd like them because I'm more into basketball guys, not soccer guys, quote unquote." Or like they feel like that, like weird
Yeah,
high school shit.
it's
Like,
so
oh,
weird.
I'm more into like guys who do this or like girls who do that. Like,
So
bro, I'm just
weird,
like
bro.
my guy, like it's just my mind right now is actually really confused because like just even trying to grasp the concept is mind-boggling,
Yeah,
right? Where I'm like, are you doing it because like do you are you genuinely being honest with yourself? Like maybe you have genuinely dated guys like that and you realize that's a turnoff, or is this just some sort of concept that you've created in your head and you've decided to really commit to that idea? Like, I don't know, it's really confusing.
yeah, I never understood that honestly, but
Like if y'all get along and if y'all like, I hate this word, but if y'all vibe, like I just don't get what's in the way. Like why y'all making this so much more
it's all
complicated than
about
what it
the
needs to be?
vibes. It's all
Like
about the
why are
vibes.
they making it more complicated than what it needs to be, bro? Like love, romance, relationships, they're supposed to be so fluid in form that you shouldn't even have types, you know? It should just really be basically about like I hate the word, but how y'all vibe.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Like, okay, with me and if you got into a relationship, I didn't know if she was what my preconceived type was, if that makes sense. I didn't really know if we were actually really gonna vibe like that. But it's only when we actually started talking and spending more time with each other that I realized that she's someone that like I just love spending time with.
yeah,
I just love being with that person. I feel like a lot of person, or not a lot of person, a lot of people let really dumb superficial shit get in the way of that. But I'm like, bro, y'all could have such a great thing if you just get past your freaking preconceived notions of what you might like. It sounds dumb, and maybe I'm like talking down on people because hey, I don't know what people like, and I shouldn't be telling people what to like. So, but
yeah.
still,
No, I mean, I feel like that's facts, but I feel like what you're saying makes sense
like, what do you
to
think,
me.
Nana?
Yeah.
I feel like I know this why you put it kind of threw it on me, but I'm gonna just say for the most part, because I'm a little bit of
Nana
a
has
type nigga.
types.
Just a little bit. I'm a little bit of that. I
'Cause
got type nigga.
I know for a fact, Nana, you are the most like not even like nitpicky, but you're so specific.
Honestly,
I mean, okay,
I'm not. I've
Okay, okay,
never
okay, okay,
been
In
okay.
that specific.
particular, maybe.
Okay,
I think
no.
there's nothing wrong with having certain like standards, kind of certain like ideals of what you want in somebody. Like if you're a religious person, you kind of understand that if you date somebody that isn't religious, then that might lead to you like straying away from your religion. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like if one of your types is like, oh, this girl has to be religious, I feel like that almost isn't a type. What I'm talking about is more the stuff where like, oh, I like dad bodies. I like a guy who smokes. I like
Yeah,
a
no,
dark
I don't.
skinned guy. I like,
That's what I'm saying.
like
I don't
that
really
type of
have any
stuff.
of those. I don't really have any of those. Like, to an extent, I guess I have preferences, but honestly, like,
Wow.
if no,
Okay.
look. You guys can
How dare
like
you?
no. I'm not gonna name them, but if
You
you
have
look at
opinions, man?
yo, shut up, nigga. I'm talking. I'm just
Oh,
talking podcast almost weekly. It depends how I'm feeling. Self-advertising.
Just keep
But
self-plugging this podcast.
in
His
the
own
podcast,
podcast.
bro, it's podcastception, bro. You got to be thinking outside the box
Just talking
just to
sessions.
be
I love it.
inside of it. But what I'm saying
Part.
is, fucking, I don't have like preferences with like race. I might say shit just like every now and then, but if you look, anybody who I was interested or slash talk to, all types of races, like white, Asian, fucking black. But like I have standards, like motivation, bro. I don't know if I can like be with someone who's just like unmotivated all the time type of stuff. Like a little bit of organization just for the sake of like I know I'm not that organized and I would need someone who is a bit more organized because if both are unorganized we're just gonna be like shit. Like it's like stuff that I'd want, but like even the
I disagree
organization
with
thing.
that. I see what
No,
you
no,
mean,
look, but
but
the organization thing in specific, that's not like a big thing for me. Like I'm just like that's even
okay.
like a smaller thing that would be more of a type. But like regular
Gotcha.
standards, I don't have like a preconceived type like, oh, they have to be like this. Nah. I'm okay with like anything like I'm gonna edit these, I'm gonna bleep out these names, bro. I gotta learn how to use the bleep button anyways. But
Oh, bro.
whether it was but like you guys know when I was interested in her.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I remember. Yeah. I didn't know she was Eritrean. I thought she was Ethiopian. But I go ahead.
Yeah. So like her, freaking. I know you never met her, but interested in her.
Yeah.
Like, no matter like other people, like no matter what, I've never really like all of them are different in their own way. Like even the people in like George Mason who I found like cute and everything. I don't have like a type, but like there are certain things that are just gonna catch my eye quicker than other things. So just because of that, those are like that's what ends up being more interesting. Unfortunately, I found out like all those things that be quote unquote catching my eyes are signs of depression.
Wait.
Not gonna lie, Selena, I see it. Reina was like obvious.
All right, yo,
Unfortunately.
leave me alone. I didn't think it was that obvious. Yeah, no.
Hold the phone. Wait, what?
No,
I'm talking about, like
it's
those signs of like I guess like
So
mental
signs
health.
of depressions are what attract you.
that's
to
no.
girls.
I'm not saying
It's basically what you just said.
Not like, you and I are the same.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
That's not. I promise. That's not what I was saying.
Not really taking advantage of the mentally
Wow.
depraved, bro.
Wow.
Stop
man,
it, bro. I don't do anything. I'm a good Christian man. Stop trying to play me, Owen.
I thought you were better.
Instead, targeting the mentally ill. You and I will get along. You and I are the same. I like
Dog,
that.
bro. This is the most analytical podcast and also the most criticism I've received on my while being on my podcast. This is crazy.
Come on, Nada. You brought me here, bro. You already knew what was gonna happen. Come on, man.
Nah. What I was saying is that I'm not attracted to depressed people. All right. I'm trying not, or at least I don't know. I was just.
Are you on that? I can fix her kind of mentality, or
bro. I'm not. Look, bro. I wish, but I'm not at that point in my where I'm like, where I feel comfortable enough to be involved in other people's lives like that. Nah. So I don't know. For me, it was just like that's what ended up happening. Like I wasn't attracted to it, man. Every time I found out, I usually backed out a little bit for the most part. Like, you know, like no, like obviously in the beginning, I throw out my hand for help, but like usually they push you away, and I guess you're supposed to keep on trying to help them, but like I don't play that, bruh. Just be straight up with me. I don't know.
Nah, that sucks.
Like after if I ask you like 3 times in like less than a week after you posted on your Snapchat story, like I'm just not gonna care anymore.
No, completely get it, man.
But nah,
Honestly,
Dang.
when she
But
like,
honestly, bro, if you think about it, I feel like
we gotta start Mason shit up.
at this point in time, like most girls are in that type of state anyway. Not like a lot of girls, you know, like
Whoa.
okay, I understand
you know?
what he's talking about, like because this
Like-
is like a time where you don't know
know.
you don't know where you're going, like you're
Yeah.
out the house, you don't know what your next step is. Like
on some
before
like
you knew,
on some souls type stuff, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I want a lot of girls' privates, you know what I mean? Like their private Snap accounts. And
Okay,
like
thank you for that.
you know, like
Hey, you didn't know my guy Joe, man.
I knew
Hey,
as soon as I
yo.
said that.
I found this.
I knew
Hey, yo,
as soon as I
man,
said that.
I'm hit the voice changer just for you, man. Yeah, my guy Joe got hella hoes.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
As soon as I knew as soon as I said that, y'all were gonna. But like just to see the stuff they post, you know, like it really like it's like mind boggling to me. Like the stuff that they're going through. Like you'll see somebody like in school. Like a lot of them are girls that I go to school with, and it's like you'll see them talk to them, have a conversation with them. They seem like they're having a good day. Da 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 da, and like an hour later, you're in your room scrolling your phone, and like the stuff they're posting, it's like, yo, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like nowadays with like social media and things of that stuff, I know it's a cliche, but like a lot of girls, I feel like are just there's a lot of things going on, honestly, bro. So I feel like we can't even say that you like the type of girls you like are going through depression because I feel like a lot of girls are going through at least some level of depression, honestly.
Thank you, Joel. Yeah, Owen, I don't go for the depressed ones. Yeah. It's just a lifestyle right now.
It's just everyone's depressed. I can't help it. It's not my fault. Girls are suppressed.
Attention. Future editing not here. Just would like to let the audience know Owen said suppressed. Suppressed,
I
yes.
don't know, man.
They're suppressed.
I said depressed.
I stand. He said, man, we're gonna hear it in the recording. We're gonna hear it from.
Yeah, we will. Future now. Tell me what's up. Text me afterwards. Cool.
Nah, brother. Nah, tell him, Future. Now, tell him right then and there, man. Send him a clip. Clip it.
Hey, bro. Yeah, post it on Twitter too. Why not? Yeah, go ahead, do that. Anywho, yeah, bro. I get depressed. Do be depressed sometimes, but honestly, that's not all girls, man. You know,
I mean, it's not all girls. There's guys too, honestly.
Not just girls. Yeah, everybody's. It's just like that point in life right now, especially like. And if you look over this way, you're gonna see the 3 members that were talking in this podcast being caged because they're animals, since they were talking about personal stuff. Therefore, they must pay their debt to society.
One debt to society later.
I feel you.
Okay, anywho, 1, 2, 3, back to normal. But yeah, depression is definitely really bad for people. The end. But it does. Like, I will take like my criticism of you. You are not going after depressed girls. I just feel like depression is something that is becoming very common, especially young people like us, bro. So like, I don't even hold you. Like, I feel we all going through it.
Thank you.
Joel going through it.
Yeah, I'm the biggest culprit, honestly, bro.
Yeah, that man going through the most. That's what I'm saying, man. He got so many girls, obviously. Man.
How does that make any sense?
Because of how many girls you have the higher percentage of like meeting the depressed ones.
It makes zero sense.
No,
But okay.
It's like the higher the sample size, the more of the correlation you'll see.
Yeah, bro. Nah, I know what you mean, Nana. I know what you mean.
It's just statistics.
But yeah. But yo, I don't blame people, bro. People who maybe have that sort of mental illness, sometimes, man, you might have to act in sort of irrational ways, or like, when you are dealing with mental health issues, like sometimes you really just gotta like do shit that might be kind of rude and really block out everyone and kind of go MIA or do whatever. Like
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
I'm blessed to say like I haven't really been through that, but again, I can understand.
it's a bad space to be in. I honestly kind of don't know how we were swinging into this topic, but I'm trying to wrap. I'm trying to wrap it up just because,
Yeah.
like, I feel as though the more we talk about this topic, the more work Futures Nah is gonna end up having. And I'm kind of we gotta feel a little bit bad for him, man. These aren't
Future
really
Nah,
heavily
man.
edited. He's about to be feeling sick. You better have to add in all
Bro,
these
Future
beeps and everything.
Future O. He can just ask Future O for some help, bro. He can just ask Future O for editing. Literally, bro, I will go through all the timestamps for you, and I will tell you what's cut out.
It's not even just cutting out. I'm gonna be cutting out some other stuff selectively, just because I don't know. I really don't know how we ran into like the Reina stuff again. I was not really looking to put bring up that topic.
I was gonna say we should just use a name. We should just use like a name, like Morgan, like that.
Can't use that one either. That might be for a future podcast. And just everybody for the end. Shout out Soul real quick because that's what we're doing throughout the podcast, I guess. Shout out to Soul.
Shout out to Soul, man. Soul really brought us together. I appreciate that.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you gotta go watch it.
That's what I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all.